The Engineers Board of Kenya, EBK, is currently reviewing regulations to strengthen compliance with laws in the construction industry. This comes even as the country has, in the recent past, witnessed an increase in the number of story buildings that have collapsed due to human-induced factors, use of poor construction materials, poor structural designs, engaging quacks to do the design, and inadequate concrete curing have been cited as the main cause of the collapse of the buildings. Gloria Musimbi has that report.
Following the increase in cases of buildings collapsing across the country, leaving a trail of destruction of property and death, the Engineers Board of Kenya, EBK, have taken up various measures across the country to address the gaps in the cases of collapsed buildings. According to EBK, over 60 buildings have collapsed in the country since 1996, with approximately 200 people losing their lives during the incidences. Addressing the press, EBK Chairman Erastus Mwongera has said the board is undertaking 20 disciplinary hearings on complaints received against registered engineers who are associated with the buildings that have recently collapsed across the country.
The board is undertaking 20 number disciplinary hearings on complaints received against registered engineers. The process is aimed at ensuring that registered engineers adhere to the engineers' code of conduct in the exercise of their duties. The relevant sanctions will be effected against the engineers found to be non-compliant, as provided for under the Engineers Act 2011 and Engineers Rules of 2019, which I've already alluded to.
With the increase in number of quack engineers being involved in construction sites, Institution of Engineers of Kenya President Eric Ohaga said they are making a deliberate effort to ensure professional and registered engineers are placed in construction sites for supervision during the construction process.
We are saying that we have competent engineers in this country, and the engineers must get back to where they are supposed to be. Any member who does not comply with our code of conduct, which we have signed ourselves, will be able to be fair in judging those particular members, so that the safety of the public and the safety of this property and the buildings that we are talking about is assured.
Addressing the recent case of sinking and collapsed building in Thindugwa Estate, Kiambu County, EBK Registrar Margaret Ogai said a team of engineer experts who are to be commissioned tomorrow is set to release a report and advice on measures to be taken.
We have put up the team of experts we have put up is a team of 3, which involves geotechnical and structural engineering experts. Really the top of the range. They are consulting engineers, and we have commissioning them tomorrow, and we expect the reports to come through in the next 2 weeks, which is just to advise on the Dindigwa, a particular case of Dindigwa.
Engineer Johnston Matu warned developers against quack engineers, stating that they should ensure construction work is done efficiently using standard construction materials.
Construction must involve engineers. Architects are there, they do their work, they do the artistic work to ensure that there's adequate space for the rooms that are required. But in order for any structure to stand, it must have a structural engineer who has been educated, who has been trained and has experience to ensure that that building can stand the test of time. Failure to do that exposes the investment or the project to many things. Number one, you can lose that whole investment as a developer. And we have seen them losing. They spend so much money, and at the end of the day, they lose the investment. It's a very big risk. There's also the risk of the safety, even not only for the tenants who come in later, but also the construction workers during construction.
Reporting for Active News Watch, I'm Gloria Musimbi.